Welcome to Afghannews with Mohsen Jamal. Security tightened around Kabul on Friday as military personnel transported the coffin carrying former President and Chief Peace Negotiator Bulliten Rabbani. Rabbani, perhaps the most prominent Afghan to be killed since the fall of the Taliban in 2001, died at his home on Tuesday when an insurgent he was due to hold talks with detonated explosives concealed in a turban. The killing was widely seen as a strong statement of Taliban opposition to peace talks and the latest in a string of high-profile assassinations to shake the confidence of ordinary Afghans that security can be maintained as foreign forces withdraw. The Taliban on Wednesday issued a statement saying the group was not prepared to comment on Rabbani's assassination and rejected reports that the group had claimed responsibility. Rabbani's inner circle have chosen the Wazir Akbar Khan hilltop overlooking Kabul's diplomatic enclave to bury the man who made his name as a fiery lecturer and activist and then became an anti-Soviet fighter before briefly heading the country after the fall of the Soviet-backed regime. Pakistan Prime Minister Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani arrived in Kabul on Thursday to express his condolences to the Afghan people and government of Afghanistan over the assassination of former Afghan President Bulliten Rabbani. Gilani met Karzai at the presidential palace where they listened to a special prayer for the head of the High Peace Council. The suicide bomber who killed Rabbani had claimed he was representing a mysterious figure mediating between the government and the Taliban. Minister and member of Rabbani's High Peace Council, Rahmatullah Wahid Yaras, said on Thursday. President Hamid Karzai, who cut short a trip to the United Nations General Assembly in New York on Thursday, expressed sadness for Rabbani's death, saying a shadowy figure posing as a peace envoy turned out to be a terrorist and a killer. German Foreign Minister Guido Westerwelle, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Afghanistan Foreign Minister Zalmay Rasool met Thursday at the German mission to the United Nations to talk about the new Silk Road. The meeting was aimed at advancing regional economic cooperation between the countries of the Central and South Asian regions, allowing for better trade and movement of the people to foster stability in the region. The leaders met on the sidelines of the second day of the 66th annual session of the United Nations General Assembly, which will conclude on September 27th. The Haqqani network is a veritable arm of Pakistan's intelligence agency, the top U.S. military officer has said, adding that the agency supported the group in its attack last week on the U.S. Embassy and NATO headquarters in Kabul. In prepared remarks to the U.S. Senate Armed Services Committee, Admiral Mike Mullen, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee, said on Thursday that with ISI support, Haqqani operatives planned and conducted a September 11 track bomb attack, as well as the assault on the U.S. Embassy, and that U.S. has credible intelligence that they were behind the June 28th attack against the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul and a host of other smaller but effective operations. The Haqqani network, which is distinct from the Afghan Taliban, is a member of the allied factions that are fighting the United States and NATO troops in Afghanistan. Such high-profile attacks have been a blow to the U.S. plan to withdraw its troops from Afghanistan, which is due to begin this year and end in 2014. Also speaking at the hearing, Leon Panetta, the U.S. Defense Secretary, said that this source of attacks were a sign of weakness on the part of fighters in Afghanistan. Panetta said that the best signal that U.S. could send was that they would continue to fight the Taliban and that this would convince them to negotiate a peaceful settlement. Pakistan would not tolerate an incursion on its territory by U.S. forces targeting militant groups, the country's interior minister said on Thursday, calling for Washington to provide intelligence Islamabad needs to take them out itself. Rahman Malik also rejected U.S. allegations that Pakistan's intelligence agency aids or has ties with the Taliban elite Haqqani network, a powerful guerrilla group that straddles the mountainous border areas between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Some U.S. intelligence reporting has alleged that the ISI specifically directed or urged the Haqqani network to carry out last week's attack on the U.S. Embassy and the NATO headquarters in Kabul, according to two U.S. officials and a source familiar with recent U.S.-Pakistan official contacts. Malik considered that elements of the Haqqani network, which analysts say can draw on a pool of roughly 10 to 15,000 fighters, are partly based in Pakistan's unruly ethnic Pashtun tribal region of North Waziristan on the Afghan border, insisting that Islamabad wanted U.S. intelligence, not troops, to root out insurgents inside Pakistan. And that is all for now. Thanks for staying with us.